If we don't have sustainability, especially in the seafood industry, the industry will be gone. Being partnered with companies that have a mission to drive sustainability and live and breathe that is super important to Pepper's Landing.
Starting my day, it's literally like starting to watch an amazing movie. The air smells good and the sky's bright and you can hear 3 different kinds of birds and everything that you look at is amazing to look at. Right now I have maybe 100,000 oysters on the farm of all various sizes. The biggest part of my job now is literally just I bring a bag aboard, I sort through all the oysters, I take out the big ones and then I put the small ones back. And you just have to kind of go through a lot of baskets to pull out enough to get your market size stuff. They are surprisingly heavy. I mean, they're well over 100 pounds, so you'll get some good shoulder muscles. I had other businesses. I'm a marine biologist, and they actually ran a small sports bar in town that got shut down due to COVID. And one of my kitchen staff got a job at Pepper's Landing, and when I started up the oyster farm, he followed me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, do you have any of these for sale?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So that was kind of my introduction into selling my oysters to Pepper's Landing.
We started a relationship with Darcy from Whiskey Stones. We met her and she brought us some samples and they were beautiful cold water Maine oysters, just a great meatiness to them.
Pepper's Landing is literally maybe a 2-minute drive from here, so it's really convenient. I'll harvest in the morning and then I'll have their stuff there by the afternoon for them.
You build these relationships with a great farm like Whiskey Stones and Darcy. Talk about like local and sustainable. She's harvesting these oysters by hand and they're coming then to our restaurant within hours of harvesting to tell a guest that that oyster was harvested this morning and it's now in front of them 6 hours later. You don't see that everywhere. It takes a bit of legwork.
I think it definitely makes the process slower and take a lot more time, and it's a lot more labor intensive, but that's my choice. I would prefer to do it that way. I go out and harvest from a little wooden skiff. Once I'm on the farm, I turn the motor off. I'm not using any mechanical tumblers or sorters out there. It's just very quiet. This is my office. Oysters are filter feeders, so they're removing a lot of nitrogen and carbon from the environment, so it's environmentally responsible. No matter how you're doing something good for the environment for the very fact that you have shellfish in the water. I mean, my whole background as a marine biologist, I try and honor the environment that I'm in and make sure I blend with it instead of clash with it. Is there a marine biologist in the house?